Good evening, guys. Good evening to everyone. Welcome back to the show. It's your boy once again, Joseph. Welcome back to the show, guys, where we dissect, we speak, we analyze the developments that are taking place in the country. Whatever issue that resonates with me, I talk about it here on the show, guys. I bring it to the show. So welcome back, guys. Shout out to subscribers. Shout out to the likers. Shout out to everyone, man. To those that are coming for the first time. Thank you for doing so, guys. I'm always honored and humbled by your presence here. So guys, before I proceed, I just want to send, to convey my apology. There is a video that I made last night where I made an error, guys. Please, I beg your pardon, man. Where I was talking about Julius Malema, this court battle between Julius Malema and Kenny Gunene. Guys, Kenny Gunene is a leader of, is a deputy president of Patriotic Alliance, a party that is led by Gayton McKenzie. So in that video, guys, at home, I watched that video. I replayed it. I realized that no, I made a mistake. This guy, Gayton McKenzie guys, just a point of correction. Gayton McKenzie is a minister of sport. He's not a minister of transport. I made an error, man. It's just a human error. Just forgive me, guys. That is a mistake that I want to correct. This guy is a minister of sport. He's serving under this GNU of President Cyril Ramaphosa. So it was just a mistake, guys. I'm not here to, spread misinformation. Here I tell the truth. I tell no lies. So I hope, guys, will forgive me. It was just an error. Gayton McKenzie is a minister of sport, not transport. Minister of sport, sports and recreation. I think it also includes arts and culture. So briefly, the guy is a minister of sports, man. That's all I want to say. But I hope all my friends will forgive me. We all make mistakes, man. So with all that being said, guys, let me just get into it. Today, guys, there's this issue that I've been ignoring, man. These developments that are taking place in KZN. Guys, in KZN, there were these uprisings. They were busy protesting against the, illegal immigration in this country. So I said today, no, let me raise my opinion, man. Let me talk about this issue. Because now it seems like it is getting out of hand. I've been turning a blind eye on this issue. So now I said, no, this thing is getting out of hand now. Let me address it to my followers and my friends here on social media. Guys, it is undisputed that in South Africa there is a problem of illegal immigration, guys. That one I don't want to dispute, guys. It is common cause. Everyone knows. There is a problem of illegal immigration in this country. Arising from the border gate. Firstly, we don't have a border, guys. I just want to put it explicit to everyone that part of the reasons why we have illegal, this illegal immigration problem in South Africa. The reason is because we don't have borders. We only have gates. We only have border gates. So, guys, when you have home, and then you don't put a fence, around your home. You just put a gate. So it is something like that, man. Imagine at your home, they only put a gate and put some securities there. But around, there is no fence, there is no wall, nothing, you know. So this is a challenge that we are facing, not just coming to South Africa, Even when you come from Lesotho, I saw it from Lesotho. There is a border gate there, but there is no fence, there is no wall, nothing, you know. So that's why this issue of immigration, guys, is going to take a long time to deal with it. So the reason why I came here to address this issue, as I'm saying now, it is getting out of hand. I was looking at this Martian March, demonstration, and I heard that they are planning another demonstration in, I think, Eastern Cape, you know, where they were going to raise their grievances about illegal immigration, guys. So the reason why I came here to address this issue that is getting out of hand now, I saw it, guys. Now this thing is turning violent, you know, and it seems like now it is no longer about illegal immigrants. It seems like in KZN, now people are just attacking any foreigner now, you know. Because I saw a video where there is a guy, man, who had his shop opened. That guy was hit with a jump bug. They told him to close. He was ordered to close his shop. So what surprised me, guys, is the fact that this guy, showed these protesters a document to say, I'm legal, here's a document. So it seems like the mob, they don't care about the documents. They didn't bother to check that document. What I heard from them, from some of them, they said, no, where did you get this document? This NC that gave you this document. And then they started to hit him with a jambok, imvubu, of which I don't think is a good thing to do, guys. It is wrong. This thing of incitement of violence is wrong, man. You can't correct the wrong with the wrong. Guys, I'm against this thing, man. And guys, there's something that I don't understand. Maybe I'm missing something out here. You'll correct me on the comment section, man. As I've been saying, I accept and I appreciate constructive criticism. I know most people, some will insult me, but I don't appreciate that, guys. Just criticize me constructively. So maybe there's something I'm missing out, guys. Why there is this deep hatred towards fellow Africans? If anyone can answer me, guys. I know people, some have been raising the reasons that they are taking jobs. These guys are committing crime. All manner of things, man. But guys, the only thing that I see here is this deep hatred towards these guys, man. This is not to suggest that all these people who do not have documents must come to the country illegally. No, that is not what I'm saying. The government is supposed to be dealing with those people, in accordance with our laws, because there are laws in this country. So the government's failure is the one that is causing now this black on black violence. But guys, I'll keep asking this question because I can see that there's this deep hatred toward these people, man. Why? The fact that I come from another country, I'm still within the African continent. I am an African. I'm not of another race, you know. But now it seems like there's this hatred that is deep among us South Africans. There's this hatred, man, towards these people. And this hatred is not directed towards these other races. It's directed towards these fellow Africans. You know, guys. If you say, no, it's because these people, they come here and then they commit crime. Guys, we have the Matlanga Commission. Last we had the Zondo Commission. You know, the people who are committing crime in this country, if you look at the revelations of the Zondo Commission and the Matlanga Commission now, you know, these politicians, our politicians are committing crime, guys. Now, there's this thing of the big five cartel, people who are selling drugs in this country, you know. There were rumors all along that Nigerians are selling drugs in South Africa. But now, when it comes to these revelations, guys, most of the list of names of people who are it is coming out now. The list of names of people who are mentioned at the Matlanga Commission, it's South Africans, politicians, the police, high-profile senior police guys. You know, they are selling drugs, they are criminals. You know, most police officers, I know there are some men who are very good, who are doing a good job. But most of them, the police, are criminals. Most of politicians are criminals. All of these people are South Africans, man. You know. Yesterday I was talking about someone who was alleged to have been, you know, having a relationship with Julius Malema, the late Mswazi. Also, that guy was alleged to have been involved in this big group, you know, this big five cartel. That guy is also South African. When you speak of Boket Matlala, he's a South African. You speak of Boket Mulivi, he's a South African. So I think somehow, guys, this anger is misdirected. This is just my opinion, man. Our anger is misdirected. You know, it seems like we direct our anger to wrong people, guys. Or perhaps I'm missing something out here. Because serious, man, this deep hatred that these people are destroying our country, they are doing these things of crime, they are selling drugs. Guys, if you know of anyone who sells drug, you know, you can take your phone or go straight to Matlanga Commission. You know, go be a witness there. Tell them that so-and-so is selling drugs, you know, at the Matlanga Commission. I'm not going to say go to the police because you'll be wasting your time. Because you know the policemen, they are also another gang of criminals. Your case will not go anywhere. Instead, they will just plan to kill you. They will plot your assassination, those guys. So I'm still to see a foreigner, especially the illegal one, who will be mentioned at the Zondo Commission, who will be alleged to have committed, you know, crime of selling drugs. You know, I'm not saying these people are not doing these things, guys. I've been seeing most of them on this show, Gakolan. There are a lot of especially Nigerians who are selling drugs. Please Don't misconstrue what I'm saying. You know, I'm not saying they are not doing wrong things. They are very bad illegal foreigners in this country, even the legal ones. They do those things. I don't deny it. I've been watching Polane, catching those people who are selling drugs, especially the Nigerians, But what I'm saying here, guys, is the fact that this deep hatred towards these people based on their, countries, the way I look at it, man, like according to me, crime is crime. Why don't we demonstrate this anger towards South Africans who are also selling drugs? Because we know of people who are selling drugs who are South Africans. When a drug is sold by someone who is a South African, no, we are lenient. But when it's a foreigner, we go hard on that person. Why, guys? Because we're supposed to be fair and equal. If Nigerians are committing, crime, or any foreigner is committing crime, guys, let's treat them the same, the way we are going to treat a South African. There shouldn't be a lenient approach when it comes to a South African. So there is this deep hatred towards these people who are coming from outside. The road is deep, man. What do we say about our senior police officers who are committing crime, who are colluding with because, guys, as I'm saying, there are some Nigerians who are selling drugs. Who enables those people to sell drugs if it's not the police? Because the enablers of these foreigners, in order for these people to commit these crimes, there is an enabler. Who is the enabler of this thing? Who doesn't arrest these people? Because the police know these people who are selling drugs. So the question is how these people, the police are going to arrest these people, because they are in the same WhatsApp group. These people, man, they are colluding with criminals, the police. Umkwana has revealed these things, man. All these shenanigans that are done by police. So do you think if our police can do their job to close all these gaps, to deal with crime in this country, can do their job properly, do you think these Nigerians will continue to sell drugs? If police can stop colluding with these people, can stop enabling these people, because the police are the enablers, man. But instead, we don't march to the police stations. We don't go to the government, because also the government officials and politicians, they are also enablers of this thing. So, guys, it seems like we're dealing with a symptom here. We're not dealing with the real problem, the real source of a problem. It's like this thing of, they always give this justification that no, they are targeting the Africans who are doing all these things, who are illegal. They don't want to touch these other races because they provide jobs. Like there are white people who also sell drugs, who also commit crime. But you will never see all these movements that are fighting illegal immigrants talking about white people, also white people who do wrong things. So their justification is that no, the white people are giving us employment. They're giving us jobs. Well, they are not going to target them, because it's like they are feeding us, white people, guys. So these ones, they are targeting them simply because they are taking jobs. We all know, guys, that this issue of jobs, unemployment in this country is structural. The problem is the system, you know. What you are fighting is just a symptom. I can guarantee you that even if you were to deport these people, if all foreigners were to leave tomorrow, because also, guys, we all know that most of these people, most of them, especially the average ones, you know, they are self-employed. They are just selling tomatoes. They are selling, potatoes in the streets. They are doing most of these jobs that we as South Africans we consider as less jobs. You know, those jobs that we consider as not decent jobs. This is not to say South Africans don't want to do those jobs. There are a lot of South Africans who do those jobs, but also there are some South Africans who don't want to do those jobs that these people are doing. But most of them, these people are self-employed. They are just selling in the streets. Also, this is not to say it is correct for these people, or it is a right thing for these people to come here and just sell. Because we all know, guys, according to the law, that is illegal. If they want to open tuck shops here, they must, have contributed 1 million or something. We know, man, the requirements of the law. Before you come to this country, you must have invested a certain amount of money, But the government is not enforcing that law for some reason. I don't want to get there as to why the government is not enforcing those laws. So I was still on this issue of white people, to say the target is these Africans. They don't target white people simply because the justification is that no, white people, they provide jobs. But it is the same white people who prioritize illegal foreigners when it comes to recruitment. White people hire illegal foreigners. They prioritize illegal foreigners than locals because they say locals are expensive. It's white people, the very white people that who say they offer jobs. They don't want to hire South Africans. They want to hire these people because it's cheap labor. So the anger is not directed towards white people. I saw some guys from MK, in some videos here, these guys from MK labor desk going to, some companies, But the problem with these guys, when they get there, their target is they go to the workers, These guys, their initiative is good when they go to the company, but they must not target the employees. They must go to the employer and deal with them. They must just leave employees, man. And when they do this thing in most events, they must bring the police. They must not just go there, parade themselves, and then parade themselves on television, or social media, and then go to employees. They go there, harass them, and leave these employers. They must go to the employer, regardless of the color of that employer, whether white or black. They must go there. Tell the employer to get rid of these people and hire South Africans. So that's a good initiative. Not this thing of going to a company and then when you get there, you fight vulnerable. So it seems like maybe I'm missing something, guys, man. Is this anger? Most South Africans have this anger towards these people, man. Because this problem of, I saw even this leader. I have high regard for this woman, who Jecinta. I respect you, my sister. I understand what you are doing, and I understand your frustration. But I saw her video where she was even getting emotional. She almost cried on that video, Jecinta, asking some questions like, saying, making statements like asking as to why people say they must also chase or deal with white people, because white people don't stay in the communities. They are not frustrated by community by white people. White people stay in suburbs. White people don't use public clinics or public hospitals. So they are frustrated by these Africans because they are the ones who are poor who go to those clinics and the hospitals. So this is the reason why they don't go and chase white people, because white people are not there, But I think my sister is missing the point there also, Because when you say, no, we are not going to go for white people because they are in suburb. We are frustrated by these ones because these ones are, are poor, and they are the ones who go to our public clinics and public hospitals. We must look at this thing in a bigger picture, man. I know this lady is very smart. I don't know why he's missing some of this thing, But I think it's this anger that is deep, this hatred that is deep towards fellow African non-nationals, man. Because the reason is systemic. The problem is the system, You must ask yourself question first. The first question you need to ask yourself is why white people live in suburbs, whereas black people live in those township areas or in rural areas. I know you know an answer, because I'm not dealing here with an average person, someone who has no logic. She's very smart, that woman, but she let this anger and this hatred, to somehow, I don't know how to say, to make her, miss part of the reason why. The very question she's asking, she already has an answer. She knows who Jecinta is. Why? Because we know this thing is dating back from our history. During apartheid, black people were relocated from their places to those bad places, man. You know, apartheid government is the one that created these camps, you know, that now we call townships, these labor camps that we call townships today. You know, so that's why I'm saying this thing is systemic. It was created by apartheid government, you know, and the economy is still in the hands of white people. There's no economy that is in the hands of black people, man. So I hear people saying, hey, Israel to our country. Our country where? Because we are landless. You see, I'm over 30 years now, but I don't have my own space. I don't have land. You know, I've got kids. I'm old now. I'm an adult, but I don't have a piece of land. You know, I'm staying in shacks. I'm sharing a space with rats. You know, you all know the reason why I'm staying in shacks. You all know the reason why most people will stay in townships. You know, so our democratic government did not fix all those things. Instead of fixing, the government is busy doing corruption. Most political, you know, these politicians, man, most of them, when you listen to the Madlanga Commission, when you watch Madlanga Commission there, their names keep coming out. You know, the painful part is that there will be no consequences for them. You know, there will be an arrest here and there, the police, so and so, all these junior police officers. You know, I saw it now, at least. Now they are going for commissioner, national commissioner. But it will end there. When it comes to politicians, man, all these politicians will get away with this thing. You know. It's not everyone who will get arrested, man. You know, guys. And also our challenge is this thing of education. Because especially in public schools, our curriculum from government, who is doing this thing, man. That is doing this thing. This government, you know, NC government. Dating from apartheid, guys, we were fed in schools. People were fed Bantu education. After Bantu education, the democratic government fed us this basic education. The basic, you know, basic education. You know, you go to school from grade 1 up until grade 12. You don't know how to do anything. It's just a theory. You don't know how to do anything. You know, there are no skills. You know, guys. So it is pathetic, man. I don't know, serious. Maybe I'm missing something out. Please comment on the comment section. Tell me, guys. Why this deep hatred towards fellow Africans, man? Why? You know? You know, in the cities, also there are Chinese there. But these people, you'll never see them, this mob, going to attack those Chinese. The target is specifically fellow Africans. They're vulnerable. Also, Jecinta asked the question that why these people come here if there are no jobs in South Africa, to create an impression that there are jobs in South Africa. You know, the only problem, these jobs that are there in South Africa are taken by foreigners. Where are those jobs? And also, guys, we know Jecinta in most, when he addresses the media, he's hyperbolical. You know, he also inflate the figures. He will say we have 27 million foreigners in this country. I don't know where does she get those figures. You know, because most of the time, whenever she comes with the figures, her figures contradict the figures of our state institutions. I know one will say, no, state institutions is doing a cover-up, you know. Sometimes they are the ones who lie, you know. But where is the proof who Jecinta that here holds to prove what she's claiming? When you say there are 20 million foreigners in this country, where did you get that? When did you count those people? Well, not Jecinta. And guys, please don't misconstrue what I'm saying. This is not to attack Jecinta. No. I understand the frustration of Jecinta. Hence, earlier I acknowledged that we do have an immigration problem in this country. But the only area where I disagree with her and her people is the manner in which they are trying to solve this thing. You know, these guys, this approach that they are, you know, I disagree with their approach, man. You know, because we all know the reason why these people come here. They don't stay in their countries, you know. It's because of economy. Their economies are not doing well. Also,